Welcome to the Any Given Chance podcast. Stories about passion and sacrifice. What actually goes on behind the scenes in the consistent chase of everything. We're going to bring you some untold stories, some of people you know, some of people you don't. These stories that we bring on with our guests are nothing short of inspiring and will get you out there chasing your own goals as well. Join me, your host, 3am 365, Matty Menyon, as we dive into these incredible stories. And of course, as the podcast grows, so do we together. So stick with us from the start, hit that like and share, subscribe button, get your family and friends involved, and we'll see where we are in 100 podcasts. No days off, no excuses.
Episode 8, Justin Wood.
Awesome, mate.
Yeah, good to see you again, bud.
Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, mate, stoked. Podcast world, here I come. Watch out.
Yeah, me too.
Dragged your ass into it, mate. Got a good story. What I like so much about your story is the consistency to change and evolve. And I guess as the listeners will jump into this and we'll go through it.
Yes,
mate, you've done it. You've done everything. And you're still fucking a young chicken, and you still got more to come. So that's what we like here on the podcast. Obviously, if this is your first time listener and that, any given chance, we're just finding people with stories who've, taken this little bit of opportunity and just made it grow and work for them. And I think your story is definitely one of them. So, mate, let's jump into it. So first thing I know about you is you started out as a jockey. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So when you were young, and quite a good one up here in Queensland and whatnot. So let's go with that. Let's at what stage, what age, and why? How did you get into jockeying?
Yeah, well, that's definitely a fun little adventure. Early on, realistically, it was basically rugby league. Like I played footy growing up.
Yeah.
I was good at that. I was better defender. Mitchie was my brother. He was better. Better.
Shout out Mitchie Wood. Shout out Mitchie Wood.
He was definitely better than me at football.
Yeah.
And obviously being a small sort of guy, I got to the age of sort of 13, 14, and everyone just fucking grew.
Yeah.
And I was, stuck at 49, 48 kilos.
Yeah.
Dad was riding a fair bit at the time.
Yeah.
And he just started to sort of get some rides in town, like a few midweeks, and I think he had a couple of Saturdays in town, and started to get familiar with the big jocks in town. And I thought, you know what, that looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, they're professional athletes up there. They're somebodies.
Yeah.
It's exciting. You hear that thunder of them going down the
coming the home show. Well, see, it's so weird because being, myself who wasn't around racing growing up, you never got to experience that. And you didn't understand it until you sort of get to an age and you get to the track, where you would have been getting taken to the track at a young age, and being able to see that. So that's where that sort of grows. And I know horse racing and racing back in the day was, especially growing up, was frowned upon a lot of people because it has that gambling side attached to it. But what people don't understand is, mate, it's a professional sport, and it's hard to stay in that top level elite of what you're doing. So
when people talk about how hard they work, and because I was so fucking passionate about it, like when I was young, but if I really wrote down how many hours a week I would commit to racing, to getting my weight better, like watching races, watching tapes and riding, track work, I would have been doing 90 to 100 hour weeks, without a doubt, between track work, weight cutting, going to the races all day, doing that 7 days a week. Like, you're looking at 100-hour day.
And the other thing with racing that people don't understand, and I guess you'll dive into this when we move into your racing career, is it doesn't stop. There's no off season.
No.
There's 364 days a year, and if you take a couple of weeks off, someone's willing to take your spot, and then you're out of form, and you got to work your way back up into getting those good rides. So
entirely.
So when was your first ride, and who taught you to ride?
So
and where? Was it here? Or?
Yeah, early days. I started at Eagle Farm. I was apprenticed to Brian Smith. So he's a very good trainer. He had Rick McMahon as well, the previous champion apprentice. He was a good inspiration to me. Then a few other seniors sort of helped me out, and shortly after I was with Brian, I had an injury, and things weren't going that well there, and then I changed to Steele Ryan at Deegan. And that's when my career really took off, and Steele really invested in me. He believed in me as an athlete, as a jockey, and supported me, gave me the biggest win of my career, always pushed me to go further. He set me up with a little training stint in Melbourne, where I went down there for 3 months. It wasn't the most successful 3 months in Melbourne, but what I was able to do, I was able to come back to Queensland and absolutely just really
have that mindset of this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I won the premiership that year. As
yeah,
soon as
right.
I came back from Melbourne, I thought, we're really gonna.
So how many years were you into riding there?
It's kind of a weird story. I never rode a horse until I was 14 and a half.
Yeah.
At 15 I was riding track work, and just before my 17th birthday I had my first ride.
Yeah, right.
At 18, 19 I won my first Metropolitan Apprentice title.
Yeah, right. So it was just like jam-packed, bang, 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 bang.
Yeah. And that's probably a credit to the obsessive nature that I'll put into anything I go into.
Yeah.
Like the 100-hour weeks, that's how you progress.
Yeah, first press, so it was all just jam-packed into those first 4 years while you were young and still growing,
Yep.
I guess. But that was the best way you were still growing, so you're still light on your feet. And with apprenticeships, for people who don't know out there, you get a certain amount of kilo claims that comes off the horse's back,
yep.
which helps the younger apprentices get rides.
Kind of compensates for the younger
inexperience and that. And
exactly.
and mate, experience is everything if you're a race follower. Knowing tracks, knowing ups, downs, hills, starts, horses, like you said, there's 100, 200 hours into going into it.
It's all relative.
Yeah, no, everyone thinks you just get on the back of a horse and away you go.
GGs, yeah, exactly.
And then the nowadays people, they just spray you all over social media. I've mates with Ryan Wiggins, and mate, you should see some of the.
I boxed Ryan.
Yeah.
I had a charity boxing fight.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did. You did too, and smoked him as well.
Yeah, well.
We go. No, yeah, but he shows me some of the messages, like some of the people who spray him and shit like that, and you're like, oh my god, what are you fucking doing?
That's the thing.
Social media brought that in, but I suppose you didn't have that around when you were being a jockey and that. So
probably would have got into fighting sooner.
Yeah, yeah, right. Come in,
exactly.
So yeah, you're doing that at age 17. Won the premiership that year. You got Apprentice of the Year, was it?
Yep.
Was
so
that
I won the Ken
year?
Russell Apprentice of the Year and the Metropolitan Apprentice title of the year.
Yeah, beating your brother that year as well.
Beat my brother that year as well. He should have beat me.
Yeah.
If he wasn't a little bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mate, because he's got all the talent in the world as
Work
well.
harder.
Yeah, he's one of those blokes. Was it weird being in competitive with your brother?
I think it helped me because it was something familiar to me, because me and Mitch are only 18 months apart.
Yep.
And we're both highly athletic. We're both small people, but highly athletic.
And competitive.
So even through rugby league, whether it be school sports as well, competitive. And always sort of running off him and having to stay ahead of him, and him always trying to catch up. Yeah. Vice versa.
Yeah.
I felt that was a good driving motivator for me.
Yeah. Had to be the big brother.
Exactly.
Yeah. Couldn't let the little brother take.
No,
not yet. Anyway, not at that early stage.
No.
I know with my younger brother Haydos, he's overtaken me in the sports, surfing faster. All that. It happens at some stage.
You paved the way.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I'd like to think so. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I was already like sort of getting a pretty good roll on as an apprentice.
Yeah.
And then when Mitchell came through, it was like, oh, Justin Wood's brother's coming through. So he started riding for the Brian Guys and stuff, and it was apprentice to Kelly Schweida like early on.
Yeah.
So that was also a good leg up to him. But
yeah,
I believe he was probably more natural in some ways on a horse than I was.
Yeah.
But I believe that through the work and the obsession that I kind of overcame that.
Yeah.
I think my head worked better in races than his. I think I was able to keep cool and think more strategically than him. That's what edged me in the premiership.
Where I've seen Mitchell's rides and everything like that, with some of the stuff that he did, I'd just be like, fucking wow, how'd you do that?
Exactly.
Yeah, where you had to actually work all the way to get that win. He'd produce something or get something out of a horse differently.
Yeah.
So from there, why'd you stop? What happened? So you're 18 at this stage, or?
Yeah, so I would have been probably by 20. I think. I won the premiership when I was 19.
Yep.
This is the 10-year anniversary from when I won.
It is.
29. 2011. So that same year that I won the premiership, I had a pretty bad fall up in Rockhampton.
Yeah, right.
And I broke 2 vertebrae, 3 ribs, punched a lung, sliced my kidney, and
that's the other side of horse racing that people don't. You come off a 600 kilo animal at 70 k's an hour, 60, 70 k's an hour.
And then you get hit by another 2 that are behind
you running over, or the thing comes down on top of you. You're in a lot of trouble.
Exactly. I mean,
so how did that happen? Was it that one just dove down and you came off?
Yeah, so I was just sitting in a one-off position, and a jockey to the inside, he just come across pretty early. He was quite an elderly jockey. As I kind of up in Rockhampton, I don't think he really had the patience to sit where he was, and just panicked and crossed out. My horse clipped heels, I came down. My body went straight, my horse went to the right. The horse behind it, he went over that one, and I had the jockey behind me, he went over me. All 3 of us came down to the point of Rockhampton.
Fuck. At that stage, you hold your breath. Because everyone watching, they always do. I just you're like.
Yeah, like I mean, I had people go like, "You were dead." You know, thought, like how the carnage that it looked like a fatal type of fall. One of the jockeys involved with that, he never rode again.
Yeah, right. That was him. Yeah, well, mate, it puts the fear fucking straight up your ass. You know what I mean? Like, they talk about F1 guys having crashes and never coming back, or race car drivers and never coming back, mate. At least you're strapped in, you got all the safety thing and all that. You're on the back of a horse on this one, big difference.
People used to think I was fucking mad going into MMA, and I was like, well, fighting in a cage is safer than riding horses.
Safer than that, you're kidding yourself.
I was like, there's not a man on the planet that can do to me what a horse can do.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's a safer sport, statistically.
Well, mate, I say that about boxing, like going back fight compared to rugby league. Yeah, you can get knocked out and that's bad for you. But, man, I've been straight knees to my head and, you know, finding the $2 coin in the grass, going like that. Fuck, where is it? I think I found it. Nah, you know, more times in my career than I ever would have been punched in the head already sparring and boxing. I mean, I'm not a fucking good boxer by any means or anything like that. I'm still learning, I'm an amateur and all that. But from what I know from training at rugby league and playing rugby league and playing that contact sport, exactly like you said, it's safer fighting. So for all you mums out there who are worried about their boys fighting or getting into it, don't worry about it. It is,
Sure. The contact sport's a contact sport.
Yeah, that's right.
Know, there's so many different dangerous things, and a lot of sort of personalities need an element of adrenaline to kind of really switch on. You know, like when there's dire consequences to your actions, that really makes you kind of improve. Well, you've got to be sharp.
Yeah, the same thing. And then you find a lot of people who do these sports or do that adrenaline thing, this is where the other side of it comes when they stop. Alcohol and drugs and all that comes, because you're still searching for that alcohol. And I think we spoke about this just before. The reason why I went to boxing after rugby league and all that was so I could still get punched in the head. Yeah. Well, I needed that contact. I needed that adrenaline because I was going
threat of being hurt.
Yeah. Like, to still live and still feel. Yeah, it's weird. But then, because I did the opposite for a couple of years there, I went and found it by chasing alcohol and drinking and you know, partying and trying to find it that way. But there's definitely that, like you said, that element of people. Yeah. We're different humans who consistently chase that adrenaline sort of thing.
If I can sort of put it into a bit of a nerdy sort of topic, it goes into the neuroscience of it. You know, a lot of the time when we're on that circuit, it's the dopamine.
Yeah, the dopamine. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So you know, you're always looking with anything that comes with a bit of fear, a bit of adrenaline. That also is matched with dopamine. Yeah. You'll notice a lot of people. I know a few recovering drug addicts and stuff like that, and they throw themselves into fitness. Yeah. And they're the hardest fucking workers in the room. Yeah, that's right. They do not stop. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, how many people just fuck up? And
well, they talk about you're saying with dopamine and that, like level of fitness, what you actually get. I don't know the exact milligrams or something, but then you got like weed, which produces 1,000 milligrams of dopamine, and then this is why so many people get addicted to ice and shit. Cocaine, like that. Because that's like 15,000 milligrams. It's a big shot of dopamine.
But with that, you get the rebounds. With exercise, it's consistent.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. It's manageable. Yeah. You're not putting a artificial sort of.
No, well, I'm the opposite. Because I've got my ADHD and that. I'm on my meds every morning. But
that's also a common thing. I mean, jiu-jitsu, with boxing, with a lot of contact sports is a lot of ADHD. I mean, they're some of my favourite athletes to work with.
Yeah, that's right. But the whole like, it's basically like a level like this is the easiest way to explain it. And when you have your Dexies or your Varvants for myself, it just brings your mind to a level where you can control it like that. But that's exactly what, now I don't have it twice a day to the doctor because I do exercise. So the exercise releases that dopamine in the afternoon. So I go from like that to that, and then as soon as I start getting rattled, I'll go train, and that'll keep me there for the rest of the day, which is natural, but which is why I probably could train for 8-12 hours a day and be the happiest person in the world. You know what I mean? But all right, so you had the fall. What happened then? How long was recovery? You've got what? Go again?
2 vertebrae, 3 ribs, punctured a lung, and sliced my kidney.
So you got internal bleeding and all that going on?
Internal bleeding. This entire area just got smashed. I had a horse, as I was rolling, it sort of clipped me in the back with its legs, and then it fell. So I had that
impact of
straight to one area.
So it's basically like, just getting run over, basically. It's legitimately there, someone coming 60 kilometres an hour going to them.
Exactly, like, 600 kilo or 500 kilo horse, straight into the ribs and the spine, so...
Yeah, it's not a Saturday grade horse.
It was, exactly. It was skinny Rockhampton horse.
Rocky horse. Sorry, Rocky people.
They love you.
Yeah, so what was the recovery? What'd you do? How'd you end up there?
So that was, I think between fall to race riding again was about 11 months.
Hectic.
That was...
and like, what, heaps of rehab or what went on?
A fair bit of rehab, I guess. So I was working with a physio with that, and starting to do my own strength stuff, starting to look into strengthening my spine and
learning
my
about
core.
it. Yeah. At that young age, where I guess we come out of high school and stuff, you don't really know too much.
That's what I mean. Like it's all just
so this probably prompted you to learn.
Exactly. Yeah. So always I've been curious about how to improve my advantages with whatever I do, whether it be racing or my weight and stuff like that. So I was always looking to require as much information as I can about these subjects, just so I can make myself better at what I need to do. And during that stage, I was boxing a little bit before my fall, just for fitness, and boxing also. After about 8 months of rehab, I went back to boxing just to kind of strengthen the core strength, and using that. That definitely helped. And I rode for about 6 weeks, and just my weight was just fucked.
Growing on that, what were you walking around with?
I was walking around at 61, 62, and
trying to ride at
I was
50, 56,
exactly,
57,
56,
54s
55,
if you can.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So you made it back from that recovery. You went back to riding 6 weeks into it.
6 weeks, couldn't make the cut. I mean, like I said, I was 61, 62 kilos. I'd get down to like 58, 57, and I did a DEXA scan, and I was 7.8% body fat.
Yeah, right.
So there's not much to give there.
There's nothing more to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So at that stage, I kind of sort of needed to think, well, this might not last forever.
Yeah.
Being a champion apprentice in town, you're young, you're fucking motivated, you're confident, you earn a lot of money.
Yeah.
You think it's going to last forever.
Yeah.
And then the realization that it wasn't.
That you're still growing.
Yeah, exactly.
And to stay at that weight is ridiculous. That's not, to put it in people's perspective, like fighters, they might cut weight once, every 3 months. If they have a fight every 3 months, bring it down. This would have required you to cut weight every week.
Every week, daily.
Yeah,
absolutely daily. So I was doing at least 3 kilos of fluid, obviously for your Saturday and your Wednesday town meetings, they were prioritized. So
which is just rinsing your liver, your kidney and everything
exactly.
Like that.
And obviously due to the fall, when I did lacerate my kidney, so I already had damage there, like physical damage to the kidneys. So dehydrating yourself, extreme dehydration. Like I'm like, I'll be cutting years off my life here if I'm doing this. So I'm going to get healthy, going to really just focus on strengthening and improving my body and look into a next path of life, which was so we touched on it in there. You were boxing in between. You basically came out of that and came into MMA straight away.
Straight away.
Yeah.
Right, so, like all right, I'm not doing that anymore. What can I do?
6 months later, I'm in a cage fighting someone.
Where'd you walk into? How'd you get into it?
So like I said, originally I got into boxing through Steel Ryan. He sponsored a lot of sort of high class boxers at that time, and knew a few trainers. And a gym was opening up just at the end of the road where the stables were. And I got in there and started sparring pretty much soon away.
Yeah.
And after about, it would have been 2 months or so, I was doing really well when I got suspended for racing. And my coach, I was hanging with some of the Australian level guys in there, and the coach comes over and he said, there's fights that weekend. Do you want to have a go? And I said, fuck yeah, that sounds great. Like I'm not riding, so didn't have to worry about my weight or nothing. I just focused on boxing. And that was the Queensland Novice titles.
Yeah, right.
I went and won that, it's just...
by the way, I'm not riding this weekend, so I'll just go win a Queensland Novice title.
Exactly, it was a great experience. My racing manager actually came and watched that fight too.
Yeah, right.
So, that was a great experience, and, that was just a novelty at the time, back to racing, had the fall, and I always thought that I wanted to learn how to fight, like even growing up, beating the shit out of Mitchell all the time.
Yeah.
We grew up in a street that was probably 12 to 15 kids, so it was always pretty rough housing and stuff. Always into fighting movies, blood sports and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right,
And just the adrenaline and...
Bring back a Van Damme movie.
Yeah, exactly. Back to the old school, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, so always doing that, always had it on the end of your mind. Yeah, so you jumped in there, you did all that. What made it go transition from boxing to MMA?
I just thought it was more of a complete fighting system. What I mean? If I wanted to fight MMA, I wanted to find
understand it.
Exactly. Yeah. And for that, I knew that I needed a good foundation in the ground game. I watched, a lot of UFCs. I was watching MMA every day at that time. Yeah. And I was thinking, all these submissions and all these ground guys are coming through.
And that's where. Right, this would have been 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is where people were bringing in heel hooks, and no one was, what the hell is that? A couple of these things that people were bringing in were all brand new as well. So everything that you would have seen
that was the modern style.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, okay, let's go try this.
Exactly. So getting pretty creative with grappling, and even throughout my fights, the grappling was the foundation. I got 2 Submission of the Night awards. My first 3 fights I finished by submission. And then 1 decision. But my grappling was definitely the staple of my game. So after boxing, I was still training boxing, and I knew that I needed to learn jiu-jitsu. So I had a friend of mine, he was a blue belt at the time. He got me into a gym in Brisbane where I was training out of, and that was a really good team. My coach, Marcus Collings, he was a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He'd done Muay Thai in Thailand. He's years and years of experience as coach. High strike rate of a gym. It just seemed like a good place to start. Everyone was helpful there.
That's the biggest thing as well, walking in it, because you walk into some gyms and you're like, get me the fuck out of here. And then you walk into ones like that, and that can make or break your career straight away.
And it's so funny reminiscing. Like Marcus he's about 5'9", he's about 110 kilos. He looks like a gorilla, like he's just a beast of a man. And you're talking like a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's got a nasty style as well. I earned my credentials pretty hard way. We had this tiny cage that was at the back of the gym.
So there's no getting away.
No getting away. It was just locked in, and you just got shark tanked in there, and it was hard days. And it's so good, like going through your grades and becoming more of a senior sort of level guy in jiu-jitsu. And I'll go back. We'll talk with the other guys, and we reminisce. And like, oh fucking, what about those mad days? Just in the back cage, just beat the shit out of each other. It's just all hard.
But that's what exactly the same. That's what made it
mentality.
Got you there.
Like just
you don't want to be the biggest gorilla in the room all the time, because you never learn.
You
don't want to walk into a gym where there's a bunch of everyone's underneath you, because you think you're king dingling, and then you walk into another one, you're like, oh fuck.
Start again.
Shit. That's a good spot to.
Training diversity is really important. You know what I mean? Like, just getting clarity of where you really do sit. Whether it be local, state, national, international, where do you sit amongst these gauges? So wherever you perceive yourself, you really have to train or like place yourself among the other ranks.
That's right.
If you want to be an international level guy, you need to find international level people.
That's right.
So I find that's relative. And,
I found that with surfing with me as well. Like, we always had growing up in the Sunshine Coast, we always had a really competitive surfing young grommet hood, and it just consistently, the styles and everything just got better and better and better, because you're always in competition with each other.
Exactly. So it's the evolution, isn't it?
And then you go somewhere else and you see, like, a couple of guys growing up, you take them out of the woodwork and throw them somewhere else. Exactly what we said. So from there, you basically won a championship in XFC.
So obviously XFC Australia.
What division was that? What weight?
That was flyweight, 57 kilos, so which was pretty.
Strolled in out of the novice championships, strolled into XFC, boom.
Exactly. Well,
took a belt with me as well along my way.
Prior to then, I won states for jiu-jitsu as well, so that was kind of where. As soon as I went into jiu-jitsu, I kind of really dropped off boxing. I thought I threw myself into jiu-jitsu to improve, and because I wanted to compete. And the goal in my head before I fought MMA, I wanted to win a state title in jiu-jitsu, and obviously I had a boxing fight behind me. That's pretty good sort of background for you, sort of experiences to get into MMA. The thing you get a lot of today is you get people that just go in and they train MMA for 6 to 12 months, and then they fight in MMA.
They'll pick up how to throw a leg kick, and they'll pick up how to throw a strike, and they'll pick up how to roll out of something. They won't have a base of anything.
Not at all. And they go straight into a mixed martial arts fight. They don't have any striking experience or any grappling experience under live conditions in competition. I think having a good foundation in both maybe an amateur boxing or Muay Thai fight and a few competitions in jiu-jitsu, they're very important before you get into a cage. That's right. You don't want that to be your first time to races,
No. Well, you see that in different when boxers and that jump into the ring as well. Like, they've got high level striking, but mate, as soon as you're on the ground, you're gone.
It's your first day.
You're out. You don't know. Exactly or even like kicks or not being able to check kicks or anything like that. You're gone. Your legs are gone. They attack your calves. You see it happen now. Heaps in the UFC.
Conor McGregor got done by
because he didn't have that. Boom, calves gone, legs gone. You can't throw punches. You're gone.
Exactly.
So getting that good base and So then basically had that base, came into there.
So,
cleaned up at XFC.
So I got into XFC, and my first fight for XFC, I finished in 56 seconds. I broke his nose, split him from the eye to the nostril, and submitted him in 56 seconds, and won submission of the night. And then in the backstage, I was thinking, like, the flyweight title was vacant at that time. There wasn't a whole lot of guys that were sort of gunning for it either. And, I saw the promoter in the dressing shed. He seemed pretty stoked with my performance, and I said, let's put on the title. Let's do a flyweight title.
Let's
and
go.
he goes, actually, that's a good idea. I'll message you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So he had a little bit of trouble finding me an opponent, and I ended up fighting a guy from Sydney.
Yep.
Super tough dude. Probably the toughest guy that I'd ever fought.
Yeah.
You know, like just no quit in him. Like the first round,
right.
I dropped him in the first 14 seconds with a head kick and just rained down punches. Like his head was bouncing off the canvas.
Yeah,
and
right.
He's not going out.
Yeah. You're thinking, you're thinking you're on top here. I've got this, and then what's going on?
Exactly. Like I just couldn't put him away. I had him in a full lock rear naked choke. I didn't have the hand behind the neck. It was on top of the head.
Yep.
And I had a chat with him after the fight, and he goes, I literally gulped my last fucking breath and said, all right, this is it. And then he goes, I just managed, like it just come through. Like he was willing to go out, you know, like that's how fucking tough he was. I hit him with everything. He was supposed to fly back to Sydney, but he ended up having to stay overnight with a concussion.
Yeah, right. So,
you know, like I threw everything at him.
Yeah.
And, you know.
So how'd you win that?
That was a decision.
On the decision, yeah.
So
you got him on
five
decision.
rounds, yeah.
So it went 5 rounds.
It went 5 rounds, yeah.
Nice.
I don't advise it. You
know,
no.
Well, mate, how good is it to know, though, to be tested like that?
That was the thing.
You can get through a few easy fights, and how good I've had some wins, but to go that 5 round, you know, you got that inside you.
Exactly.
Well,
you know, I was sort of lucky. I never lost a round. You know, so that's also another thing where if I can lose a round and come back from that as well, that's also something that I would have liked to test myself in.
Yeah. Another understanding.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so more experience and kind of like a deeper understanding of my level as a fighter.
Yeah. So like to put it into perspective and stuff like that, I guess I'm not the same in there, but like to be behind in a rugby league game or something, and then find a way to win.
Lift.
It's
you know
finding a way to bring everyone up around you and say, look, we got to go, we got to go.
Or like you know, seeing a horse that's like you know getting half a length on you and then getting that half a length back.
Yeah, you're looking back, going, no, yeah. So there's definitely something in that, and
certainly.
Yeah. So then, mate, you've done XFC. You grand old age of what? How old were you then?
I would have been 23.
Grand old age of 23. Brisbane Premiership, Apprentice of the Year, hung that up, XFC Championship in the flyweight. Then you basically went travelling, didn't you? So how did this all come about?
So kind of in a darker sense, I guess. When I was 23, I kind of went through pretty tragic thing in my life where my partner passed away.
Oh yeah.
And also a horse racing accident. It's we'd moved to Melbourne together, and we had 10 days together before she had her accident.
Yeah.
And that really did break me. And it's not until like a fair few years after where you realise the fucking impact that had in your life. You know, it's kind of, for me, it's looked at as like almost an enlightenment. You know what I mean? It was like my point of life started at that event. Where you get such a deep look into mortality, you know, your own existence and stuff like that. So I really wanted to understand that.
Yeah.
And some of the plans that we had was to travel. She was from the UK, very bright woman, one of the smartest people I've met. And you know, so I felt pretty lost at that time, and just really subjected myself to traveling, new experiences, and just wanting to live life. Climbing mountains, setting myself a test, multi-day hikes, you know, like anything I can. A lot of it I did alone too. You know?
So where'd you go first? Like moving on there?
So
from Brizzy, where you just what?
Yeah, so we were in Melbourne together when she had her accident, and I had to kind of retire back home for about 9 months just with some family, just to really build up again and get myself collected before I went traveling. And one of the things we decided on was we went to Melbourne together, and one of the other cities we were thinking was Perth. Perth's a beautiful city, you know, WA, lots of beautiful things there, the beach. I wanted to watch the sunset into the ocean, you know, that West Coast, easy laid back lifestyle. And that was the other city we were planning. So after I came back to the Sunshine Coast with my family, my first destination was I was going to go and do Perth for us. And I did 6 months in Perth and met some of the greatest fucking people in my life. You know, you always pick up lifetime friends. And I like the challenges of submersing yourself into a new city where you don't have a social circle. You don't, you know, it's like you land there, it's like, easy. Where the fuck's the supermarket? You know, you have to navigate an entire map you know, in your brain of where you live.
Find your feet again.
Exactly.
Started out there, moving across. But you end up overseas. Like I've got you down here as well. You end up doing Hong Kong. Doing Hong Kong.
So
doing back on the horse. Believe it or not.
So
what was the motivation to go across that?
Whilst I was travelling around Australia, like I said, I lived in Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane, Sunshine Coast, and Perth. I was still riding track work,
Yeah. So that was your bread
and butter, exactly. You know, as far as track work is concerned, I mean.
So even after you fall, you know, you just weren't competing racing because you couldn't deal with that weight thing.
Yeah,
but you're always on the back of the horse.
Always on the back of the horse.
Yeah.
You know? I think it served its purpose.
Yeah.
One of the things was I was good at it. You know, I was a good track work rider. Especially, you know, when I wasn't weight cutting. You know, when you're weight cutting, you get a little bit more cranky.
Angry.
When I felt strong and happy, you know, I rode work and I rode for some of the best trainers in Australia and abroad for that matter.
Yeah. And for people who don't know, if you've got a good track work rider, that can be the difference between a horse winning and losing on the weekend.
Yep.
Like people rave, and here's another shout out to Mitchell Wood as well. I know he had Dark Dream.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And he was riding track work for that, and that horse ended up winning, you know, some really good races and being bought by overseas. But it was a lot attributed to your brother riding track work.
Of course.
Over in Hong Kong.
Yeah, went to Hong Kong. I mean, I looked at track work and thought, well, how can I improve? Like, what's the stages? What's my levels through this? You know, you might ride for some of the biggest trainers. Like I rode for Tony Gollan. I was when Tony Gollan first came down from Toowoomba.
Yeah.
I was one of his sort of main track riders then, and I was with him for 3 years. I rode for Peter Moody as well down in Melbourne.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And then I did a satellite stable in Sydney with Tony as well. And over in Perth, I was riding for Morton and a few of the other sort of bigger trainers over there.
Yeah.
Where do you go? And Hong Kong as an international kind of thing seemed like the place. You know, that's where the best track riders or jockeys go.
Yeah,
It's where the money in the industry is, you know, and, you know, you looked at, well, there's a bit more of a status to it too, I felt. There's 1,200 horses in track work in Hong Kong.
Yep.
There's 22 expats. You know what I mean? So it's
because they have a system over there, don't they? You can't just roll in and come get work. There's only a certain amount of licenses for top lines,
one in, one out,
and there has to be a certain amount of licenses for down lower. So so you got in there.
In Hong Kong, it was an awesome experience. You know what I mean? It's an absolute clusterfuck of a city.
Is it?
You know, it's exactly. It's
what were you living in? Like a shoebox, or what happened?
For Hong Kong standards, I was living in a fucking mansion. Man.
Yeah,
I
right.
was like a 2-bedroom apartment, which, you know, with just me, that was pretty good. You know, small apartment.
Yeah.
But you know, my kitchen was as big as, you know, your wardrobe at home. You know.
Yeah, right.
But for Hong Kong standards, it was pretty good, to be honest.
And how far away from the track was that?
It was pretty much apartments on track.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so the 1,000 metre straight was just at the end of the 1,000 metre.
Yeah, far.
There. So as soon as you look out your window, you know, the whole track's there.
And that track's immaculate. There's just so much money.
There's not a dollar spared in that industry over there, whether it be the breeding, you know, the importing of the breeds, the training, you know, the track. It's just it's absolutely prestigious over there.
Yeah, I've got to go now after listening to this.
I
have to go.
It's funny, like over here you go to the track, say Eagle Farm, and you might see all the trainers' cars, and they might drive some Audis, some Mercedes, and some, you know, BMWs. But over there they're driving McLarens and Ferraris.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Just rolling in.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it's a different level.
Yeah, it's another level. Yeah. So good. How long did you do that? How long did you do over there?
I was there for 1 season.
Yeah.
That went really well. Towards the end of the season, I had another fall actually. So I'd never had an injury for track work. Yeah. You know, like I'm pretty hard to throw off. You know, my balance with trying to fight guys in here and horses as well. You know, I maintained my balance pretty well, and rarely would I never fall unless the horse went down.
Yeah.
In this case, I was doing a bit of 3/4 work. You know, so you're going probably good 35, 40 kilometers. Horse went to change its legs and tripped and just fell flat on its side. And as I come off, I landed on the point of my shoulder. Yeah. Separated my collarbone from my AC joint, tore the ligaments. So that required surgery, and that was the end of my season there. Yeah. It was definitely set to recover, but I was done with that part of my life, which was riding horses. Yeah. I achieved what I wanted to as a jockey. I achieved what I wanted to as a fighter. I achieved what I needed to do as a track work. Yeah. It was kind of like
ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, you know.
And happy with where you were. That's the biggest thing. There wasn't an itch anymore.
Yeah, there wasn't. You know, like you see a lot of people and they hold on to it too long or whatever. And for me, once the passion for it really died out, or once I ticked off the goals, that's when
what's next?
What's next exactly? Yeah. And
but you're saying that they loved you over there. There was a story you were telling us just before. They were trying to just move. They wanted you to stay.
Yeah.
Like, this is how important track work was. They wanted you to stay, and they were willing to move someone over.
Yeah.
Was it? Or?
It's pretty. I sound always boastful, but even on the my appraisals and stuff, they literally wrote the best recruit we've had.
Yeah.
You know, all 10 scores, and that was from my trainer.
Yeah.
So, you know, that was kind of him, but...
You could have moved me over there, bud.
Sorry, yeah, well, I don't think I'm looking for punters. Yeah, the industry there's a bit funny with guys like you, to be honest.
Get over there, put me on the back of the horse and watch me get kicked off and go, mate, what's going on?
So yeah, they said, if you've got a friend that we can hire that'll, you know, make you stay, that'll be okay, because, you know, it can be a pretty isolating world over in Hong Kong, you know, as an expat.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be.
Like you said, you do get homesick. I mean, I've lived in Bali, Indonesia, and that for 6 months.
Course, which is a paradise in itself.
Yeah, it is, but you still, you know, I used to always jump on a plane every 3-6 months.
Yeah.
This is when strategic airlines were going, and I think flight home was $179. And 179 bucks. So it was nearly cheaper than paying for your Ketas. Yeah, like just go get your stamp, say hi to mum, but you needed that, you know. Yeah. A year away from home, you just, I know what you mean. I definitely understand being home. Not so much homesick, but just having to. All right, I'm done with this.
Yeah, exactly. I want to go. I mean, Hong Kong's a very overwhelming city.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Nothing's easy, so the city density, like my apartments, even to get a car space, was a 5-year waiting list.
Fuck off.
To get a car space.
Hectic.
Yeah. So you can't fucking drive over there.
No.
So you got to take, you know, public transport. So you're either doing taxis or you're doing the MTR, the train line over there. And
and you'd have to figure that out real quick as well, wouldn't
fucking
you?
real quick.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's part of the
End
challenge.
up out the other side of the town going, where the fuck am I?
Exactly, and then, you know, like, and you're in a foreign country for that matter. And
and the language, you got language barrier, and then you got
barriers.
Figuring out the cash and the money and that straight away.
Exactly, and that's the excitement to it all.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, fucking, you're thrown into an entirely new environment. You have to survive and thrive too. You know, professionally and personally.
Yeah.
But you get on that MTR and you were just dick to arsehole with fucking people. Like you were just every day.
And like not looking away from you, like they'd just sit there and stare at you. What's going on?
I wish the mask thing was fucking it was bigger back then. You know, like it stunk in there. You know, like anyone that's been there, it looks great. It's a very artistic city.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful city in its own right. I love the adversities that I face there, you know, personally and just really sort of establishing myself, but
I'm ready to come home.
Exactly. But I went on to the UK after that.
Yeah, did you?
I did, yeah. So I was in the UK for 18 months, and my original plan was to. I went over there in the winter first, and I didn't want to ride horses in the winter in the UK. I had a little bit of bartending experience, and that was what I sort of used early on. I thought, I'll bartend during the winter, and then when spring comes, I'll get into racing. And I was doing cocktail bartending with like an awesome team, awesome nightclub that I was working in, and I just really enjoyed that. I thought, you know what, like I was just
going to
doing my training.
Actually, I remember you got into the
cocktail bartending.
Typical Justin Wood. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it fucking 1,000%.
Exactly.
Next minute, there's fireballs and fucking the twist and everything going.
Exactly. And we're doing all the.
Might as well be good at it.
Throws and stuff, and so it was. For me, it looked to be like a new adventure, a new skill to develop. Which it was. And I took that on. But at the end of the UK, it was like, that was the end of my travel log, and I thought, well, what do I do now, type thing. And that's when I really like prioritized, and I looked back at what I kind of achieved, how I achieved it, and my thoughts after I achieved it, and how do I change into that. So I'm not just completing things and ticking off, but how can I make something more like more longevity, behind it, or more of an infinite goal. I think we'll jump into that. You were talking about that being what was the word you used? Finite and infinite and finite. See, I don't know, mate. If you can just give us a little elaboration on that. Of course.
On what that is.
Typically, like early days, especially when I was younger, when I started racing, I set 2 goals for myself. One was to win the Metropolitan Apprentice title, and one was to win a black type race, so listed or group type race. I achieved both of those, and my motivation fucking dropped. Yeah, right.
So we're talking about those two definitions. Of goal setting and whatnot. What were they?
Yeah,
for an idiot like me who fucking doesn't understand it or can't read or spell for that matter.
2 type of mentalities you tie to goals would be finite and infinite. Finite has its limit. Infinite is self-explanatory. It's an infinite kind of goal. It always progresses.
So you're touching base on your first goals and
my experience with that. Like I said, when I started racing, I had 2 goals. One was to win the premiership as an apprentice, and the other one was to win a black type, a group race. And I did both of those. The motivation dropped, and at that stage, there was a few other things in life. And I thought, well, what's next? And went on to the MMA. When I started training, when I was just, early days, thinking, I'm going to fight.
Yeah.
I had one goal, and I was like, I want to win a title. I don't care like what it is, etc. I just wanted to win a title. And I won a title, and after I won that title, I didn't train for 3 years.
Yeah,
I took 3 years off. And I started lifting and doing other things during this time, and that was where my traveling sort of time took up most of it.
But so you could start to see, I guess you couldn't at the time, but you can now looking back on it.
Because you've got patterns still.
Yeah, patterns still. You've reached something, and then
the motivation
bang. I guess the more that we talk about this now, I think about this throughout times in my life. And
a lot of people probably find similar experiences.
Oh man, ridiculous. The first one that comes to my mind is when I was skateboarding when I was young, and we had this wheelie bin set up out of the half pipe. You clear that wheelie bin and come back down the other end. And finally I landed it. And I had big melon grab, come back down and bang, and that was the end of my skateboarding career.
It's funny that, isn't it?
It's
like
weird.
As soon
it's
as
like
you hit that fucking
bang, that goal.
That's the finite goal.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
And after that, I wanted to travel and experience traveling, and I did that. And it was kind of at the end of my trip in the UK where I was like, well, what do I do now? And I looked back at what I had done, what I had achieved, and I was like, this is not a normal life. Like, I don't know people that have done shit that I've done.
Yeah, that's right. And by the time, you were the grand old age of what? By this time?
Probably 27, 28.
26, 27, 28.
Yeah.
Fuck me, yeah.
So, when I do lay out my life, to people that don't know me, I feel like I'm bullshitting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If I tell
yeah.
them what I've been through or what's going on, it sounds fictional.
Yeah.
But that's the way to live a cool life.
Yeah,
you know
100%, mate.
One of the...
we were speaking about that before, and so many people have stay in their lane. And,
exactly.
And I know players that dedicated the whole... And, they're really good rugby league players.
Yep.
But that's all they do. That's all they are.
Exactly.
And when they get to the end, it's not an infinite goal. It's a finite goal.
Exactly.
Am I saying that right?
It has its
And they're done, and then they're lost.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know what to do. And this is a lot of men in their 30s and whatnot. And I went through it as well. Like maybe not so much the just the lostness, I guess.
Yeah.
Of okay, I reached a goal. Bang.
What now?
Yeah.
It's the what now.
And look, I think we were speaking about it before. Your ego holds onto that when you've got a finite goal of you get this whole self perspective of this is who I am.
You need the confidence to achieve what you need.
You know what I mean?
Like if you don't believe what you can achieve, you need that confidence. So you have to become a person who is the best at whatever they fucking want. Given that experience, the best. It could just be an amateur fight, but you got to be at best in that fight.
Yeah.
So you're having that mentality, and you carry yourself a different way.
Yeah.
And then to go and subject yourself to being the student, the new guy, the fucking moron in the room.
Yeah.
That's hard on the ego. And you'll see that a lot, and that's why I think martial arts has its benefits, because it really does subject you to that over and over.
Yeah,
consistently.
I mean?
There's always someone that knows more, someone that's bigger or stronger than you,
right.
or worse, someone that's smaller than you that beats you up.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
right.
So it kind of promotes.
Yeah, and that brings you right down.
Exactly.
I find that now, like going back to boxing and going back to fighting and being an amateur again and walking in the door and learning everything. And then I'm walking there, jumping there, I'm sparring with these 20-year-olds and they're fucking landing shots and I'm just like, but you got to bring yourself down and realise that peg of, they've been doing it for 8 years, you've been doing it for 2, Matty, like, but that's what contact sports does, doesn't it?
Breeds that kind of.
Yeah, that mentality. In amongst this, by the way, you've started lifting.
Yeah, definitely.
To a point of 215.
Yeah, that's
was it
max deadlift.
Max deadlift of 215. I haven't done that.
At 65 kilos body weight.
Yeah, I was going to say. So what was it? Like 3 times, nearly 3 times.
Yeah,
3.8. Yeah,
3.2. Yeah,
fucking hell.
Time.
That's nuts. How'd you build into that, and why?
Obsession.
Yeah. Okay, it's the same thing. So what you started? What, lifting weights? Back through the beginning or all the time?
So pretty much. After I stopped fighting, I was cutting down to 57 for fighting for flyweight.
Yeah.
Obviously, that sort of had its weight restriction, but when I'd finished with fighting, I thought, well, I'm not racing and I'm not fighting. I don't need to make any weight requirements. So I thought, well, let's put on some muscle, let's get strong, let's feel good about myself.
Yeah.
And got into powerlifting. I felt powerlifting was more suitable for me to be motivated towards, because it was like a performance challenge.
Yeah.
There was numbers on the bars that you had to move, opposed to muscles in the mirror that you have to improve.
Correct. Yeah.
So
I find, and this isn't a disrespect to any of them, because I know a couple of guys that do comp prep, and then that's
crazy
ridiculous.
Some of my best friends are.
Yeah. But for me, lifting weights and going there it's not a motivation for me. It has to be a record. It has to be something that you're fucking breaking or beating.
You need objective kind
of that's right.
Achievements there. So that was one of them, and I was powerlifting as much as I could. And same thing, I just I learn and try to find as much information I can about my form, about my diet, about programs, about everything like that. And, I guess my athletic base that I had through rugby league growing up, horse racing, and then MMA, I think that's a really good foundation especially for the deadlift. If you look at the way you ride a horse, it's almost a similar setup to the deadlift. You're using similar muscles. So I guess my nervous system had probably already been sort of
tweaked. You got that, like you said again, that long base that's hanging about in there.
And even knowing how to exert yourself. You know what I mean? I watch some people, they lift. I'm thinking you're not switching on enough, you know what I mean? You're not trying hard enough. They try a little bit and go, oh, it's heavy. Like you really have to fucking believe through it and get it up. You have to see yourself completing the lift before you do the lift. Exactly.
So you got up to 215.
215, yep. 65 kilo body weight.
No, so that's, how much is that?
3.2 body weight.
3.2 body weight.
Yeah, I'm basically an ant.
Fucking nuts, man. Like I said, we were just talking off camera before, and that's hectic. So, how did you build into that? And was there a certain point, or were you just keep adding in weights, or was that a goal, or what? How did you break into that?
That was kind of like just like an infinite goal. I guess there's no real cap to strength, but you generally have mental plateaus.
Okay.
A lot of people put mental plateaus in a lot of things, whether it be their own work, their relationships, whether it be their gym life, and stuff like that. That's always there. So
this is what I'm willing to go to. This is where I'm willing to stay, and then that's it.
Exactly. That's what I mean, and that's where the motivational drops off. And this is where we can go back into the finite versus infinite kind of mindset that I've kind of learned from that. And after doing the UK, doing all the lifting, fighting, being a jockey, and everything I kind of chose had a finite goal onto it. And when I was done with the UK, I really had super passionate about jiu-jitsu. This is what I wanted to do. And my first kind of goal that I recognized for myself was I want to win a world championship. And then I thought, well, don't fucking do that, because that's putting a finite sort of stamp on it. And I thought, well, why do I want to win a world championship? You know what I mean? What's after that? And I thought, well, I want to use this skill and these experiences to actually help and benefit other people's lives. I think the power of jiu-jitsu can do that. It's, I'll preach about it all fucking day. It's the cognitive aspects of it, the community behind it, the fitness, it's good for heart health. It's even good for your skin, you know what I mean? There's been studies that, it shows that. It's like a mild exfoliation every time you grapple,
of course.
Touch therapy, you know what I mean? These are all relevant to that. And I want to be able to help people through that. And jiu-jitsu is my best skill to do that. So I want to establish myself as an international level competitor. And then open up my own gym, just so I can really effectively help people to the, as most as I can. And really be a positive impact on the community, and kind of the more I achieve in this field, the more I can help with that.
I'm
working for other people.
That's exactly right. And a lot of people talk the talk, but I think leading by example, and leading by doing, and letting actions speak. They hold so much more weight. Than telling someone, hey, you could do it today, good work, get out there, yay, let's go.
I love objective fucking credentials, you know what I mean? Show me what you've done before I fucking believe you. That's what I mean. I want to see you walk the walk.
That's right. I'll take so much more inspiration out of seeing someone do something. Even some fucking huge guy at the gym, he's back in there. I'll take motivation out of that.
Exactly.
More than I'll take someone talking shit on the thing, giving this big.
There's a lot of it, there's because that's the easy work.
Man.
You know what I mean? That's the fucking easy work. You can clap and parade and whatever. But
and I think what you're definitely doing here, mate, and what you've done in your fucking life. You're not. How old are you now?
I'm 30 next month.
30 next month, and you've jammed all this in. So, mate,
it's a long way to go.
Yeah, that's what I mean. With the advancements in modern science, there's no reason I can't live till 200, 250.
Exactly.
With my high wage and
exactly.
So what is the plan? So we spoke about that. You want to get to that high level of jiu-jitsu and whatnot, and then open your own gym. We've touched base on your mindset and how you kept being able to reinvent yourself and keep going, and that was changing from, you know, finite to having an infinite goal, to basically having that mentality
just connecting it to a bigger purpose.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Like just bringing more people into your goals. So I'm already doing a fair bit of coaching and working with some athletes that are, you know, they're having real success, and it's so satisfying to see.
Isn't it what?
Yeah, you know, you take someone that's never fucking done anything in their lives, and you watch it, you go through a few warm drills, and you think we've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, they're winning gold medals at competitions, and you see like the belief, like, holy shit, I can't do this.
I think that's part of being a coach, and why coaches stay, and good coaches stay being a coach.
Yeah.
Because good coaches. Good coaches is the key word there. Is because that is so rewarding.
Exactly.
Even going through my journey with being a professional sportsman, to being a fat loser, to fucking losing the weight again, and then having people jump on the back of it and helping people. The satisfaction that came with seeing them succeed is fucking ridiculous.
Exactly.
Man.
So if you can take your best, like, you know, you just review yourself and think, okay, what's my best avenue to help people?
Yeah.
Or, like, you know, make a positive impact on the fucking world, the community.
Yeah.
You know, rather than fixing it to what do I want to win, what do I want to achieve.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, what can I achieve that'll benefit the others?
Yeah,
you know,
man.
as well as myself. You know, there's obviously, you know, selfish motivations.
That's it. Well, it's a pathway, isn't it? As much as you give, you get.
Exactly.
You get back.
Exactly. It's like
and that equals out and that levels out.
Two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
As long as you're genuine.
Yeah, that's
you know
right.
I mean? Everything has to be genuine. You have to sincerely want to help those around you. You know what I mean?
But people can tell fake people. People can tell, oh, I'm opening up a gym because I want some fucking money, and I'll come in here and you get in the back corner and start thinking out.
They never do well, those gyms. You know what I mean? But the gyms or the coaches or the athletes that hype up everyone around them, that's the positive thing. You know,
that's right.
That's what you want to get. And if I can improve everyone else's game, that's going to improve mine.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like if I'm inspired by people that I coach. Like I train with some amazing people. You know? Some men in their mid-50s that, you know, they're fitter than most guys in their mid-20s.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
they
right.
live disciplined lives, like cold showers, vegan diets, you know, like you know, and always learning new knowledge. And
that word hurt my ears. Vegan.
Yeah, I know. It's not for me. You know.
No, me and my barbecue and my meats and stuff like that.
It's not for you. I mean, there's obviously different, you know,
everyone's different. I'm a big advocate for that. What works for you works for me.
Genetics and personality types is always relevant.
Fuck, mate, I've absolutely loved it. I've been on a high this whole time.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Mate,
appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's get back and do it again.
Yeah.
What have you got coming up? Have you got any competitions or anything like that? Or
so I've got state championships.
Yeah, when's that?
6th of June.
That's on the 6th of June as well. That's the same as Popey's fight.
It is, yes. Yeah, exactly. It's the same weekend.
Okay, so we're going to have to jump between the two there, see what's going on.
Just watch the highlights.
Yeah, fuck. And where can people follow you? Have you got socials and stuff like that?
Yeah,
or?
So on Instagram, J_Wood91.
Yep.
That's pretty much where I run most of my stuff
from. Okay, cool. And and you're training out of where are you?
Kaza in Caloundra.
Yep.
And we're also joined with the HQ club up in Noosa, which it's a good little community to be a part of. And come in and it's great. You know,
so if anyone wants to get down here as well and learn jiu-jitsu, mate, jump on board. This is your boy.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Cheers, man.
Unreal, man. I'm fucking stoked. Thanks for doing this.
Let's get at it.
Let's go.
That's good.